Here we go, Blazing 5.
That's a hot one.
Let's blaze it up.
Fire it up.
It's Colin's Blazing 5. Chargers at Browns.
Cleveland at home getting a point, +1. I'm going to take Cleveland. Listen, we always fall in love with quarterbacks in this league. The story of this team is not about Baker Mayfield. The story is last year, Cleveland was 32nd in takeaways. Now they lead the NFL in takeaways and their rushing game. The Browns have the number 2 rushing offense in the league, almost 145 yards a game. And by the way, the Chargers, 28th in third down defense. They are struggling to get people off the field. The bottom line, Cleveland, young energy, pulls off the upset. I don't trust the Chargers in this spot. I'm going to take Baker, the rushing game, and that defense, and the point to win 27-24. Now, the Colts are beat up, but Andrew Luck is having an unbelievable season, despite injuries to many of his key components on offense. His completion percentage, his passing yards, his touchdown passes per game, all the best of his career. And by the way, the Jets' red zone defense, the Jets do two things poorly. When they get into the red zone, they don't get touchdowns, they get field goals. So even if the Jets dominate this game, they just settle for field goals. And I love Sam Darnold, but he's only as good at his running game provides. And last week, the Jets' running game was great. The Colts' defensive front seven is wildly underrated. Top 10 in sacks. I'll take the points, and I'll take the Colts to win 30-24. Bounce back after that horrible Patriot loss. I don't understand how Pittsburgh's getting points here. We all know Andy Dalton shrinks in these games. Andy Dalton doesn't beat the Steelers. Come on. You know the game on this. By the way, the last 5 head-to-head meetings between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, Big Ben and Dalton, Big Ben and the Steelers are 5-0, win by a touchdown, 70 more yards, and Dalton shrinks. The Steelers also lead the NFL right now with 19 sacks. And I told you, don't fall in love with September. We're into October. The Steelers are starting to look like the Steelers. Run the ball, throw it deep, and get after the opposing quarterback. Pittsburgh's dominated this series. I'll take the 2.5. They win here in a shootout, 31-30. Denver at home getting 7. Like it. I love it. The last 2 games, the Rams have been incredibly vulnerable. In their first 3 games, 6 takeaways. In the last 2, 1. They've allowed twice the touchdowns in the last couple of games. You can run on this team, and Denver does one thing well. They run, 3rd-ranked rushing offense. The Rams allowed Seattle almost 200 yards on the ground. Again, now L.A. goes to mile-high altitude. The weather's a little colder. Cooper Kupp and Brandon Cooks dealing with concussion symptoms, upset of the week. Denver and Case Keenum. Rams don't have a great pass rush. Have time to throw, dominate time of possession, upset the Rams 28-27. I don't like taking favorites, but I'm going to take the Jags -3 against Dallas. Listen, this is a mismatch. Dallas is almost last in every offensive category, 30th, 31st, 32nd, and the Jags are first in almost every offensive category. To me, this is a personnel mismatch. The good, the bad, the ugly. I have in elite corners, an elite pass rush against an offensive line for Dallas that's struggling. They don't have perimeter players. They don't have a tight end. Dak Prescott's thrown for 1 or fewer touchdowns in 10 of his last 13 starts and passed for 250 yards or less in 14 of his last 16. This is a struggling offense against a fantastic defense, and the Jags got embarrassed last week. They're going to play with focus, passion, and energy. Jacksonville, I'll swallow the 3 points, wins by a touchdown over the Cowboys, 27-20. My Blazing 5 picks. We are off to our hardest start ever, over 60%. Blazing 5 brought to you by Chili's, 3 for $10 deal. Blitz your hunger, starter, entree, and a Coke. Queso burger, starter, Coke, only $10. Score with Chili's, 3 for $10 menu. Good stuff today. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.